Hey everybody, it's me, Ed, from the Evercade Effect. And today, I want to talk about something really important that I just touched the surface on Evercast that I didn't get into. And that is, I think the next election that we're going to get is Konami, and specifically Castlevania. And I will show you my evidence of why I think this will be the case. And I really wanted to do more of a deep dive, but we had to finish the winter games, and it's all good. But first of all, yes, so you all are probably aware of this announcement for Castlevania games, right? Well, I thought about this a lot, right? In Castlevania, it's a play in Castlevania. Just look at the logo and everything. So, what better game, right, to play tribute to Cart 50, Classics Join Evercade lineup? That's really in line, if you think about it, with Konami and Castlevania. The other thing with this is that when Sean was on Evercast a while back, he said that they couldn't do something like a Castlevania collection, but they could do like a Contra collection, or they could do like a Castlevania collection. So, based upon the name, based upon it's like long overdue, and we'll get to cart number 51 here in a moment, I would not be surprised if the announcement that we're going to get, the 27th, which is this Friday, I think the announcement that we're going to get is going to be Konami Collection 1. I'm sorry, Castlevania Collection 1. And let me kind of go and show you what I think what we can expect to see in that collection. So, what I think we can expect to see is something like this is what's available right now. Castlevania 1, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. And then we get Dracula's Curse, all fantastic. And the next, Super Castlevania, that's 4 games. And then Castlevania Adventure, that's 5. And then 6. Gotta have the other Game Boy. And Lines. And then Kid Dracula is kind of another, like little bonus. So yeah, it's still like under 8 games. But if it's 6 games like we saw in the OG, being removed, and StreamYard is not cooperating, and we're back. There we go. I can see 1 or 2 of those games being removed. Maybe it's just 6, right? But that collection already exists. Just take it, ROM dump it, put the official booklets and everything, and I would be as happy as a pig in shit. Yes, I own that on Steam. I own it on PS4. I would buy it a third time just to have it in Evercade. Just to have a physical copy of all those games would just be amazing. That would just be, I think that would just be really, really incredible. So imagine that's Konami Collection 1, right? Number 50. And it does make sense because they're going to be releasing the new Castlevania that's going to be coming out this year. Maybe there's like a lot of hype, a lot of promotion for it. It really wouldn't surprise me if Konami is like, all right, now is the time. We'll let you go ahead and have it, Blaze. It'll be a free promotion for us. We'll make money off of this, and just imagine that being great. So, and then on top of that, now we have, if I switch back over here, maybe now we have collection number 51, fan favorites, long overdue. So hold that thought, and then something else that, it's going to be a bonus. So imagine if you go ahead and maybe order from Castlevania, you'll get like a little like Seven Belmont like keychain or something. How freaking cool and amazing, that would be. You'd get like some little like Dracula like trinket and something else. So that would be awesome. That would drive people to the site just to buy it, just to get it. But yeah, I'm totally hyped about Classics Join the Evercade lineup. They've been classics. They've been there for just a long, long, long time. So that would be an awesome celebration for Red Cart number 50. So fan favorites, long overdue. What could that possibly be? And I've talked about this before. Well, I think that's going to be Capcom Collection 1. Just because we've had the Super Pockets with Capcom, we've had the EXP with Capcom, we've had the Alpha with Capcom, and I think now we're going to get Capcom Collection 1. That would be a banger to be put aside Konami And my evidence for this is simply put that pretty much every other Super Pocket, Data East. Granted, we already had we already had that collection first. So a better example would be Taito. Taito, we went ahead. That came out as a Super Pocket. That came out as an Alpha, and we got both collections. Neo Geo kind of did the same thing. They had the Pocket. We have 3 collections. They have yet to come out with an Alpha. I bet we see that later this year. And of course, something like Data East, we've always had the collections. But we did get a Pocket with a few other games that weren't available anywhere else. I think that's going to be the pattern with Blaze from now on. That when you have these big IPs, they're going to put out a Super Pocket. They're going to get that, make the money off of that. And then they're going to come out with an Alpha. And then they're going to mount the Super Pocket or in reverse order, kind of depending. And then we'll actually see the cards. So I think that, this Friday, the 27th, it's going to be huge. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get the classics that join just Konami. And the fan favorites that are overdue. And I think it's important that it says it's overdue because we've had them in some type of form. Yes, they're locked to a device like a Pocket or an XP or an Alpha, but we've had them. We've never had Konami. But, if you think about it, they are overdue, and they are like a lot of people's favorites. Who doesn't like Capcom? So I think these next 2 carts are going to go ahead, are going to be huge. And that's my bold prediction. I do have to give a huge shout out to Genejoke, because when I went ahead and I went live last Friday, he proposed the question: why would they only release a hint via Castlevania? Because it's a riff on Castlevania. And that really kind of got me thinking. And I started to, I wasn't able to go down that path in Evercast, but now we're here. And I think that's going to be exciting. If I'm wrong, hey, I'm wrong. But that's what I predict. Let me know in the comments below. Do you see any merit at all to what I'm saying? Do you think we would get a Castlevania collection over a Konami collection? Or do you think we would just get like a full-blown split like Castlevania, split Contra, have them throw on like Jackal, have them throw on Green Beret, Akka Russian Attack? How cool would that be? Let me know in the comments, what you think. I would love to hear what y'all have to say. And either way, this Friday is going to be awesome news. I'm going to go ahead and thank my channel members. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. And bye-bye.
Thanks, Crashline, Amber Cummings, Joe Whitlash, and Jay the Gamer.